Okay.
We're live, people! And that's the first thing they heard.
But
I'll freely admit it that I need a sarcasm sign for most things.
all right. So
We would just
thank
like
you, everyone.
we would just record if we call her stupid or if we call her dumb or anything like that, it's because she is stupid or dumb. We are not saying all females are that way. Thank you.
You're a dick.
I had to get our what do you call it? I had to get
the
our
disclaimer. Yeah, he has to be the disclaimer. It's only fair.
that needs to go up in before all our videos now.
Oh my gosh, that would be so great and so abusable. You can say like we're not saying about all of them, just this person. Marcus would be like, "Hey," or what?
Yeah.
What other week? Another XGR, the Xpound Gaming Radio, for all you people out there like Simon that don't know what it stands for. But
They will now.
Yeah, they will now.
No,
Uh-oh.
I've started blaming it Xpound Gaming Radio
Oh,
just the date it was recorded on and the topic.
nice.
I decided I'm going to try that for a little bit of run, see if it helps, I don't know, catch us any more fish out there on YouTube.
All right, that sounds like a plan. But how we do things here is we run through up to 2 bits of news, round robin style, and then up to 2 games we play, not round robin style, and then we will have our topic that we discuss. And this week it is, where are they? Where'd they go?
And which ones we liked and which ones we want to see.
And so we will start with news. So with your first bit of news, not fist bit of news, that's bit of news, take it away, Mole.
Well, my news.
Yeah, and then the first one's the fist, and the second one will be the...
Tell her to take care of her later.
Yeah, my fifth James Phoenix going around to Anastasia's house.
Fuck you.
Feel free to check out her YouTube for a let's play of it.
Let's
I hate you.
I'm kidding, we love you. But this news made my day.
Yeah.
Both of my bits of news are the greatest bits of news, in my opinion. But my first one just amused me. Nintendo of America has appointed a new vice president of US. And his name... Bowser joins Ninja working for EA as Vice President of Global Business Planning. Nintendo notes that Bowser brings decades of experience. Effective today, Doug Bowser, no relation to King Koopa and Mario's longtime nemesis, will oversee a variety of sales-related functions, including sales, install, merchant, remarketing, reads the Nintendo press release. Yeah, the only reason I took that is because Bowser is now in charge of Vice of US sales. That's awesome. I now think of Bowser in like Kane suit attire.
That's pretty awesome. I wonder if they did the exact same thing. Like, does anybody at your office have any funny names? Ah, this does.
Yeah.
Go away, Dick Buckus. God, I like this. I hope that dude's not dead.
No.
Hang Time at one point. I liked him in that. That's all I know him from. I know he's a famous sports person.
You sports people and your sports stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to keep track of which one's which company and stuff like that. Oh, what was that? Mighty Ducks made how much money? Oh, well, Avengers made more. Fuck you, sports. I'm kidding. To our host, that news, it just amused me. The second I announced it, I heard Victor laugh. I was like, yeah, he knows exactly why.
Yeah.
He else is Bowser.
What has happened?
I can't wait till Sony hires Doug Sackboy.
Christian Kratos, isn't it?
I like to say, this is what happens when you lose the game.
Of course, a Native American called the Master Chief.
Brian Fulgore.
And for Steam, John Team Fortress 2 hat.
I was gonna say Kyle Goat Simulator, but I like yours better.
It's bad. That's all we think of. So we're sorry, PC gamers. We love you, really.
We do.
But grounded. Well, at least we're not as bad as that. I'm kidding.
Hey, they get enough love from Tachi and Kage, so or not Kage, sorry, Tachi and who was it? Jeff. There you go. Okay.
What?
I was like, wait, no, that's not right.
He's on PC, so he's
Doesn't
like,
sound
oh,
right. Hey, scream tomato.
No, I was kidding. He's obviously doesn't matter what you play.
Yeah, it's cool. It's all good, you know.
And it matters how you act.
Currently, you know. Like,
The Pewter.
Yes.
Okay. But yeah, back to Hammy.
So, Pew, your first bit of news?
5th birthday for Pacman. What they did for the 35th birthday is they have this restaurant in Chicago called Level 2.
And to celebrate his anniversary, last night I watched Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Fun fact.
Basically, really cool.
He did.
I'm the only
There's
person
a whole
I
bunch
like
of cool
that.
events there, and
Yeah, I think Pew's lagging like hell.
Okay.
Continue.
on good internet. And
Could finish your story. No? Okay.
Okay, I guess I'll go until she comes back.
Yep.
All right, so the first bit of news.
And stuff. I don't want. I'm gonna have to just kick her, aren't I?
Who knows? Anyway,
It worked for you.
I don't know. So, for the news, I saw this earlier the week, and I thought this was hilarious and, well, as far as I can tell, in a similar vein to Barclay Gaiden, Shut Up and Jam, somebody made a RPG game of Kanye West called Kanye Quest, made in RPG. And this person that apparently they discovered some secret that it's been there for 2 years. So the game hasn't been 2013, like July 2013 or something like that. So this has been in the game. This crazy secret thing, but what happened was terminal at one point that has some. It looks like gook, but it looks like they just removed lettering, or some letters, or kind of messed it up basically. And but it says ascend and worship the based god, and at least that's what it looks like. And then there's a person that's like, hey, what do you want to do? And whatever you type in, she's like, oh, you want to if you put in car, she's like, oh, you want a car? I want a car too. And but if you put in ascend, the word ascend, it'll, instead of her responding, it puts you in this crazy thing where there's just terminals and a hallway with little computer terminals, and you're playing as a butterfly, and you ask for a passcode, and so the person data mined it to figure out what all the passwords are, and put them all in, and as you put them in, the screen gets darker and darker, so it's harder and harder to see, and then it eventually gets super dark, but you can still kind of fumble around, and you have to, and the words you put in, they're not all words. Some of them were actual words, road or street or something, but then some of them it's was it Jatai or so? Yeah, Jagatai and Flacon, and I don't know what that is, but then you get this screen where it has this message, and it'll just be you have proven that you are worthy to ascend, but well, here, I'll quote it for you because this is funny. You have proven your worth once again. You have ascended. However, further ascension is always possible. If you do not wish to ascend further, your journey ends here. So please close this program by pressing Alt F4 or selecting the No option above. By selecting the further, and you grant us permission to interact with your possessions. Would you like to participate? So no goes back to the title screen, and if yes, it'll say time period. We will interact with you and your possessions in several ways. Keep an eye out, as some of these ways may be subtle, others may not be. We may attempt to contact you directly. If we do this, we will attempt to notify you of our presence using a keyword. If you still consent to participate, please select the yes option. and like it'll ask you to put in like your address and stuff, but it doesn't seem to like send it anywhere. It just seems really weird. Yeah, it sounds really neat that somebody put that in the game, although it's kind of funny because they're like, some people were obviously skeptical. Oh, so an anonymous person found this. And sometimes when it's like super hidden, it's a developer that kind of points it out. So it might be the person that made it was anonymously quoted. Hello.
Hello.
That it was just sitting in the game for 2 years and that and nobody knows if it's real or if it's just really creepy. Or like, it's like trying to be creepy. We let it know your possessions. That's your possessions. It's weird, but it's really funny and interesting. So I wanted to talk about it because you like explain it to someone, and like I was explaining it to my wife after I read about it. And she was giving this face. I'm like, I know this is really weird. Like I don't know who thought of this.
That is weird. And
is Stacy, you're back?
Yeah.
All right. So you want to do your first bit since you got cut off?
So, Pacman's happy birthday! Woohoo! It's 35th birthday for Pacman. So level 257 is a restaurant in Chicago, and basically they had a whole bunch of Pacman arcades there, a really cool event. They're really pushing this whole the that has Pacman. Possibly they have a bunch of like things like that, posters like that. They have like trailers and shit and like merchandise and all that crap. But they also have like 30 iterations of Pac-Man throughout the ages of like all like the side games he's been in and stuff, which I thought was interesting as like a cool little display piece or whatever. So they had like a whole really cool event there.
Nice. Did they include the horrible one I played on GameCube? I can't
Maybe.
remember its name, but it was basically like Mario. She had like Pac-Man and the guy from Tekken and stuff like that all at once. And I was like, thing.
Probably. They have 35 of them, which I didn't know there were 35 different Pac-Mans, so probably.
Oh my Crisis of Infinite Packs confirmed.
If one eats another one, what happens to the universe? Mole, your second bit of news?
My second bit of news, which like I said, I loved both my bits of news this week. One new trailer for Lego Dimensions. As Doc, which is part live action, shows Doc Emmett Brown receiving a mysterious package containing Lego pieces. After some fiddling, he puts them together on a teleport. His Lego world filled with recognizable heroes and villains. And as it says here, yes, he does throw out his catchphrase, which he does. He does do the Great Scott. Best of all, the Lego. Like I loved it when he's opening up the box. He's like, "What are you? Are you some sort of alien device?" Sort of. And why is P making loud noises?
That's what.
And why does she do this every record?
I'm not trying to do it.
But yeah, like I said, when he opens it up, he goes, "Oh my God, you're a box," and I'm like, "That's great." And the trailer.
Kale did the same thing, and except he did a lot shittier version. This sounds like a much better version of the commercial.
The trailer shows Bane, Joker, Harley, Aquaman, the Time Train, and more. I was like, "Oh my God, yes, the Time Train's in there for Doc to ride on." It was similar to the Joe McHale one, but the Joe McHale one was to announce the Lego one and how anyone could have it. This one was more to announce Doc, little figure for the Back to the Future, like fun pack of little Doc figure, and it looks fucking awesome. You should check out. I don't know if you've seen it yet, Rick, but
I saw that there was one, but I did not see.
Oh, you should check that out. It's awesome. It's weird seeing him that old as Doc, but awesome. To our host.
All right. So, Pew, your second bit of news.
Oh, they're still lagging a bit.
You want to go through your second bit of news then?
Okay. Second bit of news Sony confirms new UK studio working on high-quality Morpheus games that'll never be released ever. No. Sony has established that these amazing games for coming out, they wanted to produce an extremely high-quality experience. A lot of the staff is from MotorStorm and Drive. Hello?
Hello.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And so Drive Club and the MotorStorm crew, pretty much. They said their work currently is described as difficult and kind of sickening, but they hope to change that. I personally would not use that quote, to describe my progress, but Shuei Yoshida thought it was. That's what he described it as right now. But if they're really working hard on it, it's super difficult. That'll make it, when they do make it amazing, that much more amazing because it was super hard, I guess.
I would say perfect sense because the MotorStorm team made some great races that were actually kind of difficult to win, and the Drive Club team made one that had a release that was just fucking sickening.
Best luck to them.
I hope they fail. There are some things man was not meant to trifle with.
They're getting assistance now from Evolution Studios, but they experienced a layoff, so I don't know how much they'll be able to support the Drive Club team. So.
No, my heart weeps for them.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. My heart doesn't weep for them because Drive, like I said, I liked part of Drive Club, but they did a fucking terrible job. It's like, look, they were to say to you, hey Rick, do this project, and you were to hand it in not only late, but like only 10% complete, you're gonna get fired.
Also, where's my PlayStation Plus version that I don't want to play? I play.
It's okay, big. It's okay. Get it like, and I'm imagining I'm patting you on the back. There, big.
Drive Club.
What?
I think she.
Just pissing. I'm just taking a piss.
It's hard to tell.
It's true.
It's true. Yeah, it's hard to tell. That's what all her questions are like. Feel like Super in his own series, but when he's outside his own series, he's no longer Super. I know someone out there has to ask that question.
All right, so move on to my second bit of news. But for recently got my new Game Informer, and it talks about Disney. I find it weird that we haven't mentioned that. So I know. The small streak we had.
Like how long we went without talking about GTA 5?
Oh yeah, I don't think it's going to be hard to top that. But yeah, as far as I can tell, maybe I'm misconstruing some of this information, but it seems like so the playset that comes with it is 1 through. They show some of the figures for each of the set too. So that one, of course, has Anakin and what's her name, Ashoka.
Yeah.
And also, you can buy separately Yoda, Obi-Wan, and Darth Maul. Darth Maul looks cool. My wife's like, "Oh, I want the Yoda price. He's small." What?
It's the and Clone Wars shoved together as one.
I think so. That's how I'm understanding it.
I'm curious about that.
Yeah. And they have a picture of Grievous, and I'm like, please make a figure of Grievous.
He was.
That would be awesome.
And then, and I think that as far as I can understand, too, Ninja Theory, the people that did the combat for 2.0, are working on that one because there was a interview with I forget their name, but they worked on like racing games, and so they kind of lobbied to do episode 4. Original trilogy 4, 5, 6, because they're like, well, we're not really good at combat. We're good at racing games and driving and stuff. And there's like 3 lightsaber battles in all of the original ones. So why don't Like, maybe the people that are good at combat should do the one with all the combat. And I was like, ooh, you're sneaky.
Ooh, another pod racing game.
Yeah, I was gonna say they should be in episode 1.
I think in all of them. Like, they should work on whichever the driving levels. But yeah, then they showed also, and they have weird names. I always get them mixed up. It's like, Twilight of the Republic's the one it comes with. And then Rise Against the Empires, episodes 4, 5, and 6. And they show the figures. Set comes with Luke and Leia. Leia looks pretty cool, although she looks rather angry. And also separately you can purchase Han, who surprisingly looks pretty cool. Chewie, who looks too short in the picture, and Darth Vader, who looks awesome. But my wife's like, hey, I don't think he looks that good. And I'm like, well, then get out. I guess that's one less. But
Wait until they release or Crystal, whichever one.
Well, there's a silver Mario. Anyway, then they also showed some of the other ones, the other figures. They showed Mickey, Minnie, Mulan, Korra, I think her name is, from Tron. But then they show Hulkbuster, who looks fucking cool. But then they announced the sets, which made me laugh because at least this is what it says in the article. They have Twilight Against the Republic, that's the one it comes with. Rise Against the Empire, which is original one. 7, that gets its own one because of course they don't want to ruin 8 and 9. And then there's the Inside Out playset that I don't care about, and then unnamed Marvel playset. Although I believe earlier the League of Ultron, so it's weird. Because it comes with, and they show, well, I mean, they have Hulkbuster, they show the figure, show a picture of him in the game, and on the cover they show a picture of Ultron. So I'm pretty sure it's not unnamed at this point, but
yeah.
And then one other tidbit that I thought was interesting, where they said that they were going to do away with blind bags for the power discs.
I've seen them.
Yeah, and they were just, it's like, oh, they'll just be themed ones, and I was like, but like the way they worded it, I was like, oh, maybe they're misunderstanding it. But then I saw earlier on Kotaku that they showed a picture of the Tomorrowland pack, and no, they're just, you can see what discs are in it. I approve.
See, I have opposite reaction. Because with the blind packs, as much as they were stupid, I wanted the Black Spider-Man, which is rare. I'm not going to be able to fucking find that in the shops. It's going to be the amiibos again for the discs worth of shit.
Maybe.
That's what I'm worried about. If it's not, then there's a whole. But I'm worried about people going, oh my god, yeah, let's get all the back of Spider-Man discs. No. And yeah, the reason I mentioned the crystal figures is I'll admit I kind of want a crystal Darth Maul if they do one. Maybe if I ended up getting the game. It's because basically, I'm not sure if you saw that, but on Disney Infinity 1, I know they had you had the Hall of Heroes, and outside you had another podium section. I was like, what? That's dumb. But yeah, at the same time, like a Crystal Maul might look awesome.
Yeah, like Crystal fine. Like for 1.0, I think Sully looked okay, even though Monsters Inc. But like, who looked really dumb? Was it Jack Sparrow looked really stupid?
It may have been. I thought Buzz. I was like,
yeah.
Like, as much as
Lightning
Jack Sparrow one
looked fine.
Yeah, Lightning kind of works, but as Jack Sparrow one, it's like dumb. But he's like a legendary pirate, so okay, maybe someone might have made him out of some sort of crystal. But with Buzz Lightyear, I'm like, he's a toy. Your figure looks like a fucking toy. It is a toy almost. You can't get better than that.
A toy of a toy of a toy of a toy?
Yes.
Yeah. Yay. Names ever.
For the movie, the game.
Yes.
Pack stuff does look cool. The Tomorrowland pack, at first I was like, oh, it's just going to be a double pack. I mean, like you said, showed the Tomorrowland pack and it's like 4 of them are going down the list. It's like, oh, they don't. Hopefully, if they do that, they include a lot of each version so they don't do what I was worried about.
Yeah. Well, it also, there might just be a lot of packs because I know looking at like the list of some of them, I imagine that like Marvel, yeah, they'll probably have several of that, but something like Tomorrowland, I don't. Maybe I'm wrong, but I could see them only having like 4 discs for that.
That is also true.
But like I assume that Marvel will probably, and I'm not sure how they'll separate like out the Disney originals, like if they'll be like if they'll have like a Toy Story pack, I don't know. I'll do that, or if it's just a couple. But
I assume there might not be many Marvel discs. That may sound weird, but like last time, as we didn't get as many for the other stuff that had playsets last time because all the discs were out. So I was like, well, there's only a shit ton of. Well,
It's true. But
there should be some more ones like you mentioned, like like Age of Ultron. About how many books did you say?
there they had listed 5.
Okay.
One of which comes with, obviously.
Ask is, did you see the Target advert? It's listing 8 levels, which has had people wondering if that's a misprint, because that was a debate I saw early on Twitter. People's like the Target advert literally says 8 playsets are due, and I'm like, what? And that's also made people say, wait, 8 is due? Does that mean there's 9 in total, or 8, or is this a misprint?
Yeah.
Stop
toying with my emotions.
Nope. Some people complained about the difference, but I feel like 8 or 9 is a little too far in the other direction.
Yeah, I feel it's a little too
even
far.
If I get like a cool one, I'm still gonna be like, I'm not a completionist with those, but that feels like that wouldn't be the best move to do that many.
I could see that, but at the same time, I'm also not sure whether or not maybe for like say maybe it'll be that they do all 6 films, balls, and also like you said, Age of Ultron, and then obviously Clone Wars comes with it, so that'd be 8. That'd be really fucking. That'd be weird, and a little stupid. Like you said, that does seem a step in the wrong direction. Even more so if they're themed of the same stuff, and they were clearly made to be the same thing. Like, I could excuse maybe, say, like the Lego one having levels because they're different themes, so maybe they've been worked on differently.
Yeah.
But like, we decided to do the prequel and we worked on it all at once. Cool. 1, 2, 3. I'd be like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I was feeling no one would buy an episode 1 playset unless it comes with them all.
That's true. No, I wouldn't. But that was another thing with the article that I didn't realize was that like the studios in the beginning, in the like 42 seconds of logos or whatever you want to call it, one playset. So like Ninja Theory, I think worked on the Avengers playset, and they said who it was, but somebody worked on like the Spider-Man. I'm like, oh, okay, that like. For some reason, I didn't think that they did that. I just thought they each, did work on it or something else. But I didn't realize that like one studio would handle why they, they're not that different. But I always see people when they talk about it, like the Avengers one is very combat heavy. The Spider-Man's kind of puzzle, and the Guardians one is supposed to be like more platforming fight, like combat. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. So they have a different focus, probably because different studios worked on them.
See, actually, I was going to say, I don't know if you'd agree, I was going to say, just one, like you said, combat heavy. Spider-Man 1 was more mazy, puzzly, but with Guardians, I was going to say, that's just a clusterfuck. And anyway, because it basically looks similar to the first film, or, well, the film, I should say, because there's only been one. Yeah, fuck, I'll say the first film, so it future-proofs our podcast. But basically... Nice. But basically, sometimes you'll be there and everything will be shooting you from various stuff like planes and enemies all at once, all from different places. And just want at least you got buildings and stuff in the way. But some of the Guardians one, you're on big space docks with shitloads of space around you, so there's too much firing at you once at the time. I was like, oh no. No.
Yeah, games where it feels like it's just like you'll. Into water, and it's like, oh, that figure's dead, and I'm like, what? Like, no damage, he's just dead. Like, you better put another one on there. I'm like, wow, you guys suck.
Yep. And it's like, oh, but yeah, like you said, yeah, I like the idea of these different teams are working on a different play sets. Like you said, I like one team working on all of them, so they all feel connected. But at the same time, when you boil it down, like Spider-Man, you had like a different gadget. Like, okay, this one, boom, to get rid of the symbiote wall. That would just clear a path exactly where you had to go and make it all run away like fuck and go somewhere else.
That just kills it.
It doesn't even kill it, it just makes it go, oh, and open a door for you.
Oh, does that? They like exploded or something?
They can, the bit where you're swinging around with the big sort of elevators, the big giant wall there, when you shoot through it, the rest of it still stays and keeps coming back. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I don't understand. It's like you don't know. But it's like, what? And some people blame it on the fact Disney are too tight gripped, as they've said before now, with Marvel, and which I made the counterpoint to that of they have had
There was one. They,
to EA. They've done that with Marvel. I mean, whether or not you like EA is irregardless at the point, but like I showed you Battlefield Hardline, people have seen that before. Imagine that if it was Punisher. Same thing with more blood. Boom, instant game. Or imagine something like the BioWare making a game in the same vein as X-Men Destiny. So it'll be like X-Men Destiny, but your choices will matter. And then Eddie Brock, let's say, or Flash Thompson. Let's make it Flash Thompson. He's like, don't worry, Ma. I'm going to make our family rich because my sports scholarship didn't pay off. One day you'll see as he's digging his hole, whoa, I've struck oil. And he's like, yeah, you did. And suddenly he just turns and goes, no, we have struck freedom. Movie and stuff like that.
That's amazing.
I'd be like, okay, let's just go with that. Fuck leading them in a mass, basically in a Commander Shepard style role.
Yeah, I can see that.
That just works. Suicide Squad is like an XCOM.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I forgot to catch up. My bad.
That's fine. We all do at some point. So we'll run through catch up really quick. With up to 2 games played this week, they haven't filled. Because yeah, well, like when after I saw the Guardians movie, I was like, dude, I want to play this as a game, and like all I could the Disney Infinity set, and I was like, oh yeah, I guess that does count. I'm like, that's weird. Like that's basically the tie-in game.
I'm gonna make the case, like I said before. Now that's the closest we've got. I would not count that because it's basically a DLC pack.
Yeah, the closest to a Guardian game. I was like, what?
Or Marvel Heroes on PC.
I'm seeing myself kill things in my cool armor.
You need like that's literally all you do in Monster Hunter is make cool armor and kill shit. That's literally where we had the powers that crossed over, and like I had the wormhole and shit. I can't remember what it was called now.
That's right. And if you do get that, you need to live stream it.
Reading Rainbow, despite us asking nothing about Reading Rainbow, is better.
I'm trying to remember. I remember him doing that. What was it though?
like I shot something. It was like, boom, like a big fucking wormhole. Ah, that's gonna bother me.
Yeah, I don't remember. Games where like the story was explained before the start screen, and it was just like aliens have come to Earth, and now it's up to you to stop them. Like I'll take that over like I think they screw up completely. I don't know if that counts as no story.
Also,
I could go with that. Like for example, New Super Mario Brothers on I think it was Wii U. I think it might be the Wii one or it's the Wii U on one of the two. Either way, the story consists of just getting a cutscene of Peach about to eat cake. Bowser comes and fucking throws everyone the fuck out the castle. Oh, fuck off!
He has this like. Like, I'm just going to tell you the plot of S.H.I.E.L.D., Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. No, that's not what we're talking about. You don't have to run through it. I don't care what the episode was about.
You and I
There's a point to it.
See, with a small M, I'd be like, ugh. But maybe with my comics molehole about comic. Oh yeah, you definitely were.
Continuity, yeah.
Because what the fuck's she doing on the title screen? I don't know. I haven't Googled it and figured it out yet. Don't answer that.
But one.
Yeah.
This isn't about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Let's move on.
Well, there is.
She becomes an admiral in the DLC pack.
Like, go into more detail, and I'm like, that's not really pertinent to the conversation.
Yeah. Like, mentioning how it tied in was literally telling us the entire season's plot, followed by a thing where and then there's a 2-second scene, and that's what ties in, where you see it's probably to advertise DLC. Thinking in my head, I'm like, just fucking that.
That's,
Poor Jim.
Away fur and had possible everything that doesn't talk, and it was in the bar somewhere, wasn't it? Anyway, there's a creature like that in Dragon Age. That's like a new enemy DLC.
Nice, but yeah, like there's been some good ones. Good one of the Batman one and the Lego one. That's about it.
Yeah.
What? Qui-Gon? He's a white
So there's something that looks kind of like that.
Amazing Spider-Man games. I like them, but they're not perfect because
shot, but you can still see the outline of its like black lips or whatever. Like I'd say, kind of like the Telvishoth, like or no, not the Telvishoth, the
Anxiety or Maximum Carnage, which Maximum Carnage was a shitty comic. Great game. The game of that was fucking awesome. The Streets of Rage,
Yeah.
punching through dudes and stuff. That was awesome.
The one I liked that was like that was, if anyone else played it, but the Avengers. It was Cap, Hawkeye, Vision, and I think Iron Man. And just I always remember I never saw Grim Reaper because he was a boss. I'm like, who the hell is this guy? And he would come in and cut down a tree. And like, thank you, Quicksilver. And I always remember that voice clip. They also had a really cool spot.
Wait. It was kill stupid generic monsters. You like Legend of Zelda?
Well, the characters speak. I'm saying the monsters.
I do like those like fight Streets of Rage them up.
Yeah.
Speak. So some like nameless, silent monster just appeared, and you have to go kill it because why the fuck not?
Kind of people like no, these aren't selling. But I also feel that it's a giant monster. It's not exactly gonna come out and start having like a Kelsey Grammer voice and be like, now tell me how it hurts.
Hey, if I
effort was because people didn't give a shit. But nowadays, people in like Avengers tops because they watched the movie or Flash racist.
All I'm saying is, I'm not gonna judge, but it's kind of weak writing for them to make a friggin' monster that can't talk, so they don't have to explain why it's there or how it's there, because the monster.
That right. That's like the Sonic one of why did we wait till now?
Like it's all like fucked up, It's a monster now because it got all fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a person, like a person who experienced Jigsaw and maybe survived or didn't. I don't know, depending on your terms.
Or maybe didn't.
Well,
is that
inside and mentally all fucked up?
Hype you.
I hate you.
That was too perfect.
I hate you. Okay, I'm done. I'm done.
I only said hi to you.
Yeah, whatever. Hi, goodbye, whatever.
You talk garbage. But I also, unfortunately...
See, now... Whatever. Okay, that is actually really awesome, and it took me forever to get it working, and then it started not working again. It made me really sad. I found out Cody fixed...
Good old haze.
Shadows, or no, it wasn't the shadows. It was just the grass texture on there was really messed up, so he had to like lower that.
It's exactly the same.
Even though it doesn't look like anything because there's still grass there, so I don't know. But when I had this glitch, it was really crazy, and the sky was like melting and shit.
It's just sometimes they have to pay to make that game, and I understand that, but from my perspective, I wish that what would happen was instead that they would like share the profits. Because then
happening like in the sky, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck is going on? Like, I'm in this planet, like it's not.
That's what the K stands for, Katrina.
Like, I'm not in Coruscant on this other Jedi planet or whatever, and it's just all this crazy shit's happening in the sky, and all these cobwebs come out of nowhere. And one really funny part was there was this robot that ran away from its owner. And it was really funny because the robot was like, she's treating me like her dead husband. She does it all the time. And he goes, all the time? He's like, you don't want...
Yeah, and it's like you said, like, and as well as that, if they're paying for a license, like let's say they paid, I don't know, $1 million for, say, the X-Men license for a game, well, because they've put that license on there, it's probably going to sell 1 million more copies.
Yeah.
Therefore, it should balance out. They should factor this in and make it. Well, you die hard. I feel like a big part of it was people at the time in like the early 2000s, 90s. Even when we had films like Spider-Man come out and X-Men, it took, in my opinion, Dark Knight to turn it around properly. Because even when we had the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man film, you see them and they're like, okay, that's kind of cool, but it still wasn't quite as accepted to walk down the road in a Spider-Man top.
Yeah.
And then when Batman hit, everyone was like, oh my god, this is great. This is so deep. This is so dark. Wait, this was based on a comic? Oh my god, comics must be awesome. Then we had like the Marvel Cinematic Universe with all the stuff like fucking, like Iron Man and Hulk and Thor and stuff, all team mark of a cow and coming back with magic beans.
No, this is actually my coworker. My coworker was.
Get a shitty interactive film. I mean, game. And I think that's definitely had at least one shitty game. I don't know.
Survival.
Well, she was
So if
more.
you'd waited another week, she would have given you the table.
She would have either given it to you, or she would have been more desperate to unload it. You could have thrown in a nice chip. Everyone hated that. Maybe a crescendo.
What?
Walking Dead, but that's only a really make game because of the show.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, that proves that at least it's a comic book based game. Why can't we do the other ones? Like, I'm gonna buy the Payday style Walking Dead game, because even I'm guessing like the Telltale ones, even if you don't like the show, you're still gonna understand everything that goes on in there, so everyone would be okay. Like, Payday with zombies. I can see you grinning for bed. You could just fall asleep standing up, lying the strap to it.
What? Ridiculous.
I liked Payday, so if the gameplay is...
A table could literally cost you like $20 from like Walmart or something.
Yeah, and I think that's one point you touched upon there, was that a lot, even though they're comic book properties, like let's say Spider-Man, they have to tie it into something else.
It sounds like your coworker got the better bargain.
TV show, but I'm pretty sure that the like Genesis Spider-Man one came out before the TV show, like the one where
Didn't have that much space, and it was just like a shitty.
But you could have sold the Kindle Fire on Amazon, ironically, as a.
Oh, was it?
I think.
These tables are worth at least like $300. It's a really, really nice round table, and they're a matching set, so.
It's a
His TV show Venom.
No, I did not remember that.
If I was thinking of it, was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I clicked it. I'm like, Venom, I like him. I did not like meeting him.
Well, then,
oh my god, do I want a PS4? Do I want a nice little table?
it wasn't tied in.
I'm not using? You weren't sure.
One wasn't set in the TV unit.
Yeah.
You were saying about Knights of the Old Republic.
Knights of the Old Republic, it's not like doing crazy shit with the sky. People's faces aren't fucked up anymore. It's really awesome. I like it. My main team now is much Garth, because he's like super tank, I guess, because he could just fucking eat damage and keep taking it and shooting people. If I did something, or he was always like that, I just didn't notice, I guess, but now it's like he's always like the last one alive.
I will admit, I spent way too long on that game. When it was on Xbox, when I had the original Xbox, damn you for not letting me say Xbox One. When I had the original Xbox, I on that game like just hours fucking just playing it.
Yeah, I was gonna say Tally, but it's not Tally. It's Mission. But now that I said that accidentally, I actually realize how many similarities they have.
Yep. Just came out, and like people know who Batman is, and probably it's probably more more will check it out because of the movies, but it's not tied to them at all, huh?
I was joking that you did as well.
I did much time. That's a good game. But you'll get the
So hopefully I'll do whatever I need to. Oh, I have to get the crystal caves or do something. I forget what the mission objective is. I haven't played it in like 3 days because I've been doing this.
Yeah, a little bit better, because at the very least, because they have to invest something in there. They can't just be like, oh well, this guy made the comic book plot. We'll just copy that and throw it. No, then they probably don't care about it because they're not going to feel as invested as developers. They don't get to have as much say in it.
Yeah, like you look at the characters like Harley Quinn or Ivy and stuff, or Robin. They're recognizable to fans as the characters, but it's a brand new take. I can't, basically, I think that's age learning to fight. He's going to enter cage fights and stuff, and that's how they based his look. That totally works. You've taken him, you've a world, and you've made it awesome. Just him as DLC later on to use in the game. That's pretty good. I wish more games did something like that. That's kind of, here's Rhino and Scorpion stuff. They're made exactly the same way as the Lizard, because Amazing Spider-Man. I'm like, no, this is not how you do it. Like, for example, we were talking about Payday Walking Dead. Mm-hmm. Now,
sure, I never used them.
I'll admit, I think it was the season for Payday. But imagine how, it's like, oh, comic book character, comic book hero. Imagine if you were playing as the Flash's rogues, actually plan heists and stuff.
Right.
Like he's like Captain Cold Gun and shit. That'd be amazing. I'd do 3 and 4, I believe. Which good. The story mode, first-person shooter, was surprisingly good. The multiplayer is really fun, and there's modes in the multiplayer mode that I'm gonna call fuck to farm cash. Sort of more of what the comics done before. Now, like, let's say Richter's Captain Cold, like I mentioned, he shoots him, and the ice and the cold, like on the road and stuff. Even if your teammate stole this car, if you spawn inside the car, you're in. Just wouldn't love being a rogue. And not to be blown up and killed, and you can just farm cash. Another one, kind of fun, which I think Rick may like, is called Hacker. Rick just like, I'd buy it. Team deathmatch, heist, anything. You can enter it as a hacker, and as the hacker, you're seeing a tactical view of the map. For the rest of the game, you're in charge of, like, say, going up to, like, say, Squad A and going, boom, improving him. Okay, I'm going to hack this security camera over there. Okay, everyone attack this objective. Okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And you know what I mean? It's almost like a real-time strategy.
Right.
That you're playing it, but you're game like Mario Party.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all the mini games are stuff to do with the Avengers. Like, oh, here comes a mini game of you have to lift Thor's hammer. Let's see who can tap the ball to lift it the higher. And it's Thor. That'd be amazing. You press one button above your head. You're like, fuck you, Thor. But you know what I mean? Just something like that would also be fun. Stuff like make a GPS signal, so now everyone can see the enemies on their map around that objective and stuff. So you're actually helping, and you get loads of points and money and stuff for when your team's done something you say, or when what you've done has suddenly benefited your team. It's pretty fun. I'm like, that's a cool way of doing it, and I am liking Battlefield Hard.
Yeah, it is. Which is sad because, as you know, Blizzard have shown. And, you know, even before them, Sony and Obsidian, you can go the consoles and make it really good.
You could.
So they could do that. And to be fair, with the Marvel Heroes one...
Monday. No, it literally was on Monday.
I got it. Yeah.
I just found that funny because I remember the game, he lent it from his library, and he's going to get it again. Then he forgot it on Monday, and I said to him, "Oh, come on, dude, what? Literally today, yeah, double XP. Oh, look, I'm playing the game."
Yeah. Or even if it was like, I wasn't gonna say Warframe, but that's the one that comes to mind. The Neverwinter, where it is free to play, but you can buy stuff, even if it was like a similar model. Where.
And I'm even okay. I don't give a shit about my kill to death ratio or anything like that.
To buy like
the fun stuff, like you can do, like I've jumped before now out of a helicopter, opened up my parachute and gone all the way down to an objective, which is pretty fun. And honest, I saw a sniper on this like truck that was against the wall, just lying down, camping and sniping all my team that were coming off. So on Microsoft, I'm gonna give Microsoft props, they won't do this. However, that game comes out, let's say, on a Tuesday, June the whatever, for Rick, and he's about to buy on PS4. He then looks, massive sale on DCUR. He sees the objective is to stealthily go into the mall. I missed what it said because I was talking for the stream. I was just saying stuff, and I was like, okay, what am I supposed to do? Okay, this will do. Boom. I zip line, and I go over the top of all the enemies, who then go, what's that? And then as I land, you just see, like, they just shoot me the fuck dead.
Kind of amazing.
Well, I don't like driving in the single player compared to multiplayer, because multiplayer you could press the right stick and go third person for driving. Much prefer that. In single player you're stuck in first, but I may do. But back to our host.
It's been weird here.
Diablo 3 with Wife Blade. Found the not a cow level. I don't know if either of you have done that yet.
I have not. It just needs work. You could easily.
Like, you know how it like has the name of where you're going above the portal? It's like this level does not exist. If you try to claim this will exist, we will deny it, and you are a liar, and it does not exist. It's something like go in there. It's like we will deny everything, and it's your mileage or not, but it's like your experience may vary or something like all rights reserved. I don't know. It has like
Example of that is that Battleborn's going to be E3.
it's like a paragraph.
Nice. Yeah, I
But
want to do that.
It's pretty fun. It supposedly has more like higher drop rates or something. I don't know. I didn't notice anything, but because we were using our barbarian trying to get some of the cool barbarian set pieces. She keeps getting the set I want, so she just gives me those, and then I finally got one of the sets she wanted. I'm like, there you go. You gave me 2 or 3 pieces. Here's one piece you wanted. But she has enough that one of her sets, whenever she does leap, it'll do the earthquake ability. So that one's
Nice.
crazy awesome. Because earthquakes, like the strong.
Earthquake ability to basically have ties to a tag team partner who later went on to become Shockmaster. That's what was it? Astronauts or Awesome Naughts, whatever it was called on PS4. That was shit.
And what it did, I don't know. It was like a 1.1 gig patch, but
I loved that for ages when it came out. I loved
that like screen at the beginning telling you what it changed, but it didn't have that, and I didn't see anyone.
company that does the servers went under. Right, you press, I think it's options on the game and go to update history.
Oh, will it tell what that was?
Yeah, that tells you all the patch notes. I like that game. Like, I feel like that's a genre that definitely lends itself to comic book events.
Yeah.
Hell, who remembers Ultimate Rampage? Or Ultimate Destruction?
Ultimate Destruction. Yeah, that one's cool.
Yeah, like that was also similar to whatever the fuck that other game was. It might have just been called Incredible Hulk, ironically, but
yeah,
where they but that was a great Hulk game. With Hulk Ultimate Destruction, they found a way of taking Hulk, keeping it to the comics, but they made an engine around him, what he could do.
Rift Trials. So I was hoping it was that because I want to know what's going to replace it. And it's weird that they're like, oh yeah, we don't have them there. It's like you got to talk about what's replacing it. And they're like, nope.
It's a dance game.
They might not all have the name recognition of like the Avengers or Iron Man or something, or like the Justice League, but with their respective brand, especially with them trying to make the the cinematic universes and stuff, there'd be a lot of cross promotion. So you might get someone that watches the Sisters League, and then they're like, oh, I've never heard of this person, and it's like, oh, we made a game with them, and they might check that out. They can. The 2 new characters in this one are game journalists, and they represent 2 of the bigger Japanese ones. So they have like Famitsu as a character and Dengeki, and and they also have a power-up ability, so they're kind of on par with the console ladies. But it's pretty cool. You can have up to 2 people at a time, and you can tag out, or when you die, it'll tag out. Excuse me. I don't know. I'm liking it so far. I went through all the story mode. I've done all the actual missions. There were some like level 99 missions, but as far as I do it with other people that just aren't super well known. Like just because I always like the way he looked, but like Darkhawk from fucking Marvel, and I don't even think he's still around anymore. I don't know, but they had a game with him. I definitely want to see what it would do, because that'd be kind of cool, and more people would be like, oh, who's this guy? And I'd be like, yeah, Darkhawk.
Yeah.
Be like, what can he do? I'd be like, I don't remember, but he looks cool.
Like I feel like you could literally make a Battlefront game out of Avengers.
It's on Vita. Sorry, I didn't say that. Or PlayStation TV.
Level. Wait, no.
Is that how that
Yeah.
That's his reverse.
That was about.
He's got to get around.
Interesting, and I hadn't thought about a developer, can't remember who it was, but he recently been let go of his job, ironically, so he should be bitter. Was interviewed by I don't remember who it was, but basically they interviewed him on DLC because they mentioned a few of your games.
As he went by.
Yeah, man, it'd be like, oh, Luigi's referencing Loki.
Yes.
Loki Death Star, but no.
Avengers 2.
Teas cost like $1 million to make or something like that.
Mhm.
Or like hell, you don't. It doesn't have to be the Secret Wars. Like I don't want everyone playing Spider-Man and Wolverine and shit, but you could have everyone advertisements and all the various other stuff, and they still only cost $6 for bad guys like Hydra or something. Back all the money they spent making those games in the first place, or we wouldn't have games for $60. They'd have to charge us close to like 100 or 150, or something like that, and have good guys. And I'm like, oh, I hadn't actually thought about that. It's an interesting thing. I'm not 100% behind DLC, but I'm like, that is an interesting way of looking. Thought about it. Bright.
Right. Cool.
I thought it was interesting.
Yeah.
With Marvel.
Yeah, it's like I feel like the TV show when it became popular of Arrow.
That kind of discussion before, and then part of me is always like, and yet Minecraft is like $28. Anyway,
Yeah.
I think it's much.
They never made a Smallville game, but there's a reason.
Yeah. Say
Yeah.
watch Smallville, but I
classic
thought it was
cutscene.
more young adult. But they can't, so they make it $60 and cut out $40 to sell you later. So it's still $100 to them, but it's
Nice. Just like the show, which is totally what happens the first time Clark meets Doomsday.
It is. I distinctly remember that in the comics.
Yeah. If we're going to introduce Doomsday, okay, he's pretty much almost Superman at this point. Oh, it's the first time they introduced Doomsday. He's going to die. This is going to be awesome. Pun. They mentioned as well about stuff like, well, sometimes because of how much the publishers want to release a game on a deadline.
Mm.
In the proms tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm like, the fuck? But then I was like, okay, I can understand some of this, but yeah, on the flip side, part of me thinks, well, okay, say something like Back to the Future on NES cost a few thousand to make. Fair enough. Did it sell as many copies as GTA 5 or Destiny or games like that?
Yeah.
No, so you're actually making more money because I was agreeing with you. He could be solved by him just using whatever power
To make it like look prettier.
Mhm.
And not so much to make it play better, that they're just trying to. I feel that the developers are less efficient than they were back then. So,
Yeah.
whenever they're like, "Oh, this costs this much," and I'm like, "Yeah."
him getting out.
I know that they're not going to answer it, but it's like I feel like you didn't need to spend all that. That part of that is really unrelated costs. Sometimes like oh, we need reference photos from London, so we had to fly all 8 of us out there. I'm like, no, you didn't really have to fly 8 of you out there. Come on.
Like he started to think sexy thoughts about his teachers. Like someone starts to new.
Sense.
Partly see that. Or on the flip side, I would also say there's a load of games out there that are normal, decent games that are released for $60 and stuff. But yeah, it's the ones where they've sent whole teams to do like a bomb and using heat vision to defuse nuclear missiles in order to do it. Lowest naked. Witcher series, no offense, don't you take. Hey, if you're a long-time fan, you like it. But a load of people now are seeing it as like the second coming of video games and slow to ice people. Oh, let me pop this Viagra. This vision was like puberty. I don't know why. It was stupid, but I just kind of loved it. Smallville, when it was good, was actually kind of good. But yeah, a lot of Smallville was bad. Understand why that didn't get a game. But like we said, Flash and Arrow, they should have games.
Yeah.
Various different stuff like there's more paid reviews now than there used to be and stuff like that. But the thing with that, it's like it's been
Actually, it took them a while, but they eventually got really good footholds in the movie industry.
Marcus the other day, I think it was, a trailer.
Oh boy.
And before he's watching, he's like, okay, this looks kind of okay, I guess. And then he suddenly goes, wait a minute, this is
Like that, like the movies, they've started to really understand what to do, or at least what's working. But it feels weird that it almost feels like the games are a big after.
I know what the fuck it is because I've been bombarded with it. I rarely saw people talk.
Put forth some effort, and they're just like, maybe, and you're just like, what? And especially with Disney, with like, oh, well, we bought Lucasfilm, and it's like, oh, they were making games, we don't really care about that. And you're just like, what? No, you almost you almost fell into something that probably would have worked, and you're like, yeah, screw it. So well received, and then they ported it to 360, and that was like a big deal. But I could see why. Obviously they didn't port it to PS3, so I can understand why you wouldn't have seen much on it. And they showed it at E3, and so it's one of those, at least besides advertising, it's one of those things to me where it had positive buzz, but not in the mainstream. And like now the third one feels more mainstream because it's on both, the current consoles, Wii U, and decided to push it where like it had positive buzz behind it, and now they're advertising it, so
it's
both of those combined. If that makes sense.
It's partly that. Although I would make the case like 360 games themselves, like I knew what the fuck all the Gears of War were and stuff like that because I even knew about Banjo-Kazooie and all that stuff, and I even knew about Viva Pinata because I got bombarded with fucking advertisements by them, and I'll make a Pinata on day one. At my 360, I did like my Viva Pinata, but yeah, you know what I mean. So I was like, why haven't I heard? I didn't hear like I never saw anyone talk about Witcher 1. Ever 3. They're already saying this gen's over because that's the greatest this gen will ever do. And I'm like, I think we're getting really off topic.
That's PBS Idea Channel, Culture of Hyperbole or whatever, but yeah. But yes, somewhere in there's comic book games. I think we were going to there.
We were comic book games. I realize I took us slightly off topic with some DLC and stuff, but yeah. I thought it was a valid point because Witcher is popular right now. And like I said, and if people like it, that's fair enough. It's just,
is it?
Yeah. Because I can't fucking go onto a gaming webpage without seeing something of it splashed all over the place.
Part of that, yeah. Although I still, I think a lot of it's who's covering it, if that makes sense. Because like Xenosaga Episode 1, I really liked, and it did get when the second one was coming out. A lot of like places that I saw news and like magazines and stuff would cover it more. They would try to hype it up because they liked the first one and not that many people played it, so they were trying to like get people in there. So it wasn't necessarily advertise. I mean, there's definitely that's not. I'm not saying that it's not.
I'm going to make the case they're not competing because one's dependent only on films, but one's literally TVs joining together, making a giant TV universe.
Yeah.
But
I really liked
their place with people. However, fair enough, they've got their places in films, they've got places in TV, like you said, games.
There were probably, I'm not saying this was a huge portion of it, but there's probably some places that...
Yeah, like the Lego Batman games, and they also made the...
See that Witcher 3 trailer? Because sometimes the people don't even see a trailer. So like, let's say Marcus had never heard of it, but I was excited, and I told him, and then he might watch the trailer, and then he'd be like, oh, that looks kind of cool, and then it would kind of spread like that. But definitely, yes, advertising will be a part of that big chunk.
Yeah, I do feel nowadays games are being advertised way too heavy-handedly.
Yes.
Like I could literally like Pacman and eating the planet would be fucking amazing.
That would be really funny.
I want it. It's like that game, and we don't know how good it is. How is guaranteed this is a AAA game?
Yeah.
Unless you know for a fact, this is a game we're going to be advertising heavily.
Probably.
If it'd been a little bit more structured and stuff, but it'd been my one, it was a brand new IP, it's a AAA property, and I'm like, is it?
BioShock World, it's totally different.
Nice.
Yeah, no, they definitely, they're Well, there are some games that should be more heavily advertised, and it's like, oh, that didn't do well, and it's like, yeah, because nobody knew about it. Like, you have to do some advertising. There's too much and there's too little. Not enough, I think, fit.
Case of, like you said, with DC, you could go, oh my god, now I'm next to the car. Ah!
That's
And
ridiculous having access to the multiverse. It would just blow up the internet or something.
Yeah. Oh my god, I found a portal to the multiverse. Do you ship, and as you go through the ship, they've actually made a different paint job come out at the same time, like on the loading.
There were so many ads for those.
There was.
Not going to advertise Rogue, the one for no, I guess because it was last gen. They don't care about it. And that one was like reviewed better, which just made me laugh. I was like, what?
Yeah, it's like for example with GTA 5, like you mentioned, bombardments with advertisements. Yeah. I was like, I'm gonna get this game because I liked 1 to 3.
Their version of it, like that's kind of neat.
And make it like sort of like toy box mode in Disney. So you can construct and shape the world. Like, oh my god, I've gone into Richter's world. Wait, why is Superman in a mech suit? Richter's like, it's a mech suit. Yes. Okay, explain the mech suit. Well, it's a suit, yeah, but it's also mech feature.
Of steel.
With here. Can't name Batman? Yep, why? I wasn't going to. And even I was... Richter comes to my world. I'm going to get this game, and I ended up buying a brand new PS3 with the game because it coincided with my PS3 breaking. The girl, the main heroes, now I got my wish. Coincidence, or Rockstar geniuses. But it's a case of, I was like, you know what I mean? I was like, I don't want to look at another trailer for this. Stop it. Yeah. It's getting the same with movies, but I think this will be... I think we've bought Pew, because she's been quiet for way too long.
That's what Pew do. She's like, I don't watch TV.
Yeah.
Pew.
Foreheads.
Where everyone greets each other by going, pew, pew.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Do you like ice cream cone? It exists. Oh,
maybe.
Yeah, it's okay. In a few minutes, it'll be, I thought I was muted the whole time.
There you go. I'm gonna laugh if she fell asleep. I'm like, there's waking up early, and then there's like going to sleep like an old lady. But okay.
You have to collect them all.
I like on comic book movies or comic book games, not movies. That's a different show.
And stuff. Yes, we can. And this is everyone's in a max suit.
So I'm trying to think of. I mean, I'm pretty sure that anything like Spider-Man or like X-Men related before like 90 something would be more comic book than like movie or TV show.
I could see that,
but I wasn't sure like exact. That's what I was expecting.
But how? Do you need other people to help done? I know what I'll do. What's that? Opens up a portal, multiverse Ricks come through, like vampire.
That would be cool.
I was just gonna a Jarvis system, but that'll work too.
I was gonna say he goes to the other universe, but then his kids can also pilot.
Failed and didn't meet sales quotas, whatever you want to say. Fair enough, and they died out. But now comic movies are everywhere, and there's no games. The Batman Lego games. And the Amazing Spider-Man tie-ins. Oh, and that shitty Deadpool game that came out a while back.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like, what? And some people blame it on the fact Disney are too tight-gripped, as they've said before now, with which I made the counterpoint to that of they have had the same way with Star Wars, yet they gave Star Wars to EA.
Yeah.
Why couldn't they have done that with Marvel? I mean, whether or not you like EA is irregardless at this point, but like I showed you Battlefield Hardline, people have seen that before. Mm-hmm. Imagine that if it was Punisher. The same thing with more blood. Boom, instant game. Or basically imagine something like the BioWare making a game in the same vein as X-Men Destiny. So it'll be like X-Men Destiny, but your choices will matter and the story won't suck.
Wow.
Normal. I just see Rick to be like, I want to kill him more. Well, you could, based on the premise of the Guardians of the Galaxy movie,
do that, you know?
Yeah, I could see that, but like I said, why isn't there some good superhero games? Because like Guardians of the Galaxy, space that pretty much lends itself to most games.
Yeah.
Black Widow,
Yeah, I can see that.
the engine, like Splinter Cell.
Yeah.
Either Arrow or Hawkeye made an engine with the bow and arrow.
Yeah.
But we
It's odd that there's such a void that they haven't filled. Because yeah, well, like when after I saw the Guardians movie, I was like, dude, I want to play this as a game. The Disney Infinity set, and I was like, oh yeah, I guess that does count. I'm like, that's weird. Like that's basically the tie.
chasing me around Fear from the prequel. She was chasing me, Rick.
Mm-hmm.
One of the options was like, it's basically a DLC pack and drive off.
Oh, I totally did that.
I did that, and it came up in the corner. And Fear will really remember that. This is weird. Like, God will remember that. You're gonna shit yourself over, and like, I had the wormhole and shit. I can't remember what it was called now. We were playing endlessly about reading Rainbow, despite us asking nothing about reading Rainbow.
Oh, I'm trying to remember. I remember him doing that. What was it though?
Yeah, like I shot something. It was like, boom, like a big fucking wormhole. Ah, that's gonna bother me.
Yeah, I know. I don't remember.
It's not Fuse.
Oh,
Is
was
Fusion or Fuse or something?
I think it was Fuse. Was that when we were in the boss fight and you know, we were like trying to communicate and he's just like, stop cutting me off. And we're like, we're in a boss fight. Yeah, that was Fuse.
We're in a boss fight. And we said we weren't interested in reading Rainbow. No.
I will. Yeah, sometimes.
You're literally making us Marcus right now. Fuck off.
He has his moments of like, like I'm just gonna tell you the plot of Shield, Agents of Shield. No, that's not what we're talking about. You don't have to run through it. I don't care what the episode was about.
You in our
There's a point to it.
Blue Sea or whatever it was called.
Dude, if I had to test that, I probably would have quit. Like, I would have been like, I can't do this.
You don't, and yet you're not a Sonic fan. Come on, it's like he hates water. He's right. But one.
Yeah.
And we were like, yeah, let's move on. Well, according to Agents of Shield later on, it's it's starting again.
Mentioned how it tied in, that's fine, but then he would like go into more detail, and I'm like, that's not really pertinent to the conversation.
Yeah. Like mentioning how it tied in was literally telling us the entire season's plot, followed by things. Second scene, yeah, and that's what ties in, where you see he's got the hair. I'm like, just mention. That's what I'm thinking in my head. I'm like, just fucking mention. That's why I'm making my record. I'm sorry, I liked the first one, but it was only half a game because you could play through it twice and pretty much the exact same thing.
Yeah.
The only difference was who spoke.
Reads the transcript below.
Tedious.
Yeah.
like yeah. There's been some good ones in recent years, like good one of the Batman one and the Lego one. That's about it.
Yeah.
Iron Man's like laser onto cool. But but they're not perfect because they're 90s. We had like for the Spider-Man games, we'd have something like Separation Anxiety or Maximum Carnage, which Maximum Carnage was a shitty comic game. The game of that was fucking awesome. The Streets of Rage.
Yeah, that'd be cool. The one I liked that was like that.
Mortal Kombat X comic.
You could play as Cap, Hawkeye, Vision, and I think Iron Man. And just
to know it or they ignore it completely.
Come in and cut down a tree. Quicksilver would always come and down health, and they'd be like, "Thank you, Quicksilver," and I always remember that voice clip. They also had a really cool Spider-Man, Black Cat, and I don't remember. I think that one also had Hawkeye for some reason. You're just like, what? Did they just take him out of that one? But like those were cool, and those never had home versions. But I in general they went. So anyone has any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below and join us next week for some more news catch up and a new topic as we're
shit ones that it kind of people were like, no, these aren't
yeah.
selling. But I also feel the reason they weren't selling is part one, they were shit. Your flash tops because they watched the show. You know what I mean? It's like, well,
Yeah.
you could easily make a fucking like, oh, there's endless runners. The Flash. That right. That's like the Sonic one of why did we wait till now?